Get the shirt tucked in. Keep the cold out that way. That's my technique. I can wear a t-shirt and a sweatshirt. That's it. It would be out there. It'd be perfectly toasty no matter how cold it is. As long as the t-shirt's tucked in and I don't feel the cold on my back. Good morning, guys. Happy Saturday. Hope you had a wonderful Friday. I hope you guys, had a wonderful week and you guys are feeling that Christmas spirit and that Christmas energy. I sure know I am. Been blessed at good morning, Charlie. Good morning, Amanda. Been blessed so many different times in my life, with so many different things that have come into my life, whether it's job or family or friends, whatever it is. Jackie, good morning, hon. And there is no other time in my life that even comes close to what is happening right now. And I just can't wait for so many other people to experience what's going on. Matt, what's up? Joyce, what's going on, sweetheart? Good morning. Last night we had a Christmas party. And we had a Christmas party. It was hosted by Marie. And I can't wait, Joyce. I can't wait to see you. We had it. It was, hosted by Marie and Tony. And we had all the tables, we had all the chairs, we had probably, I would say, about 80 of us, and then the kids, maybe 90 to 100 that we had last night. Phil, good morning, brother. And we've done different things, as you guys have seen. We had another Christmas party a couple of weeks ago. We just keep having Christmas party after Christmas party after Christmas party. And Heather and so many others, Mary was there and helping, and, Kim, there's so many names, just the names of everybody that were there. And, Joe was helping as well. So just a really, really great night, getting everything set up. Ralph had a great meal. The food was awesome. It was pasta, pork chops were incredible. There were meatballs, sausage, beans and corn, and rolls, and the salad. Oh my God, the salad was so good. The dressing was just really, really good. Rob was sitting there, and he's feasting on a whole plate of salad, and I'm like, "What are you doing, man? He's looking so good." Good morning, Jackie. What's up, hon? Great to see you. Give Mark a big hug for me. Excuse me. Hey, good morning, Garnett. Good morning, Jeff. Good morning, Julie. What's up, Jason? It was just such a great night. So we took the time. Everybody showed up early. We had the Christmas music playing, set up all the tables, set up all the chairs, put the tablecloths on. Just really, like I keep saying it, as one big family. And you saw some of the new faces coming in last night, and we were really at capacity. It was the perfect number of people to have. We had probably, like I said, about 80 people there, maybe 90. And it just was comfy, cozy, absolutely perfect. The food came, Ralph brought the food, Tony brought the food. Perfect. Everybody ate. So many desserts. And there were, I think it was Scott brought the chocolate chip cookies from Wegmans. And I'm a sucker for, they had brownies, so I was a sucker for those. And then there were a couple, excuse me, man, must be a little cold here. But you guys know I'm a sucker for brownies and chocolate chip cookies. So feasted on those. I was eating those up before I even had my meal. And then we finally sat down and had the meal, and we did if you guys didn't see it last night, we did the ugly sweater contest. It was just awesome. I think we probably had about 16 or 17 people that had the ugly sweaters. The Christmas tree one, it was great. You had, Nick was posturing and Michelle was posturing, but in the end, Christmas won, a Christmas tree won. And we, did a little runway with it was just spontaneous, I can't remember who said it. I think DJ Rob said it, DJ Rob was in the house spinning beats. So it was so much fun. And all the kids were loving it. And there must have been 20, 25 kids that were there. Just all laughing and screaming and running around and singing and having fun and behaving. There's so much food. The bellies were full. Good morning, Kelly. Good luck today with everything going on. David, what's up, brother? Great to see you. But your spirits get so lifted, and especially when you see people that are there that haven't been doing this in months and months and months. And the Crane family was benefited. $1,100 that was raised because of the Chinese, or no, we're not calling it Chinese auction anymore. We're calling it USA. USA auction. It's USA auction. Yeah, or USA rally, whatever it was. We had so many generous baskets that were there. Great baskets, just so many. And cookie platters that Gay had put together, which I wanted to tear into them. There was that, the 50-50. You had Mary going around and Nancy going around. They were selling the tickets and they were muscling people, give it, headlocks, give me the money. So they were strong arming everybody, getting those funds. But $1,100 for the Crane family. So amazing job for that event, with Small Business Coalition and Breathe Free and Constitutional Coalition and all the other groups that were there. Marching Patriots represented as well. So it's such a fun event. And, you guys saw everybody doing their thing going down the runway. And then we all were waiting for the music. We were all waiting for the music. So we cleared out a bunch of the tables and we turned the lights down and everybody started dancing and we were chasing each other. And, at one point, I lost my voice again. So it comes back fast, though, but it goes quick. Good morning, Amanda. Sam, what's up, sweetheart? Great to see you. Gary, what's going on, brother? So, when we take a look around at these groups, and I'm always trying to evaluate numbers of where we can be effective with one another. Being enriching to one another's lives as opposed to a distraction. And I don't think there's any magic formula for that. But what I have seen and determined is that to have our families, our individual teams of people that we have of like 10, 20 people, whatever you can manage. And you have that group, a team, and then of those teams, what you end up having are families. Excuse me. And how big are those families? I think it's just got to be fluid and organic and natural for each person. Judith, what's up, hon? It's got to, what it has to be though, it has to be a number that is manageable for everybody, where nobody feels like they're an outcast. Nobody feels like, they were forgotten or left behind. That is where we have been for so long. And the key components of the teams, good morning, Joseph. So I know I say that every time. The key component and the key element of what we're building is unity, togetherness, family, making sure nobody is being left behind or taken for granted. That is what it's all about. And that's why it's very important that there are redundancies, that there are those systems of checks and balances so that people don't fall through the cracks. We're always trying to pick these people up, wherever they are, because they're coming out of the woodwork, right? And, they come out to a rally or they see us in the supermarket or wherever it is that they're at. And they go, man, I love the fact that these groups are here. I had no idea that these groups were there. I had no idea. And we're like, yeah, come on board. We absolutely invite you. And I asked the question last night, or I made the statement to everybody. And I said, look around you. And I did ask the question. I said, how many people did you know in this group? This group of just incredible happiness, jubilance and joy and caring and passion that you're looking at this other person and their kids that you didn't even know them. a month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, 8 months ago. And it's not about religion. It's not about faith. It's about humanity. It's about being there for one another. It's about just caring and shedding that ego and that cockiness and, any of that hurt, or, just being selfless in these things and not taking anything personally. We're all going to do and say things that you guys hear me say this all the time, that are going to be off color or off putting. But the beauty of this group, specifically and especially, are that people just come together with these huge, huge hearts. And I'm so blessed and fortunate and proud and honored and privileged to be a part of it. Seeing all the different people. And I said, where did you start this? Where did it start? What was that event or that rally or that protest or that function, that Breathe Free dinner? Where was it that you started this? And how did you feel before you became involved? And how do you feel now after? And every person, to the person, huge smile, huge smile. Excuse me, that knowing smile of exactly what it was that I'm referencing. And how our families and our friends and our business associates and the news and government and everything else putting us down and putting us down and hammering us and hammering us and hammering us. And this group of people, it's just so unconditional. It's so unwavering. And hey, good morning, John. And when you think that you're the only one that is going to be somewhere and that you're the only one that's going to be fighting and as passionate as you are, it's not even close to the case. Last night, everybody's gone. We had maybe 12 to 15 people left. And everybody starts a USA and God Bless America. And the whole building is booming and echoing. And that's what it is that everybody, feels that passion and that enthusiasm and that need and desire and willingness to not only help themselves, but to help others feel better through themselves. Like seeing people be inspired to get up there and just start cheering and doing a chant and just dancing and being together and hugging and, going in the whole thing, it's just wonderful. And I don't care how anybody else, good morning, Frank, I don't care how anybody else wants to characterize it or portray it or what box they want to put it in. It's beautiful because people feel accepted. And they feel like they have a family. They feel like they have something they belong to. For the first time, either in their lives or in a very, very, very long time, we are getting back to community. We're getting back to being selfless and being there for one another no matter what. And it's powerful. And it's moving. And it's like I tell you guys this all the time. Pay attention to one another. You guys have heard me say that. Rally after rally, event, protest after protest. Turn to somebody that you don't know and have a conversation with them. Do that. It's so important because then that person comes in to the fray. They come into the mix and they become an inseparable part of the group. It's just that one conversation you have with somebody. It's so important to pay attention to those people because they often go overlooked. They're a little bit quiet. They're a little bit shy. They don't know. And then one or two times that they're a part of everything and they're there, all of a sudden, boom, it explodes. And how they're participating and engaging is just wonderful. And I'll give you an example. met a family, a beautiful, beautiful family that will go nameless, and they have a daughter. And the first protest that they went to was out in Springville. And as is the case, most of the time, they feel like they're outsiders. Nobody should ever feel like an outsider, guys. Whether it's Marching Patriots, Rolling Patriots, Save Our Seniors, Breathe Free, Watchmen, Small Business Coalition, anything that we build and we create together, none of it, nobody should feel like an outsider. Everybody should feel like they can come in and instantly be accepted. That's why you guys hear me say all the time, make sure you're telling people we love you. We're giving the middle finger a new meaning. We're saying the middle finger means I love you. Man, sorry guys. I'm not sick. Must have something caught, but apologize. You guys know that we will get the middle finger a lot, so we're going to connotate that as and construe it as being somebody saying that they love us. All right, that's what the middle finger is. We decided that last night. But this family, like so many other people, good morning, Mark, and Mark's here, and Frank has a big voice. And, but Frank, too, the same thing. Frank didn't know how to be a leader and didn't think he could even be a leader. Mark and Jackie, the same thing. And here they are leading, creating their own teams. And that's the beautiful, brilliant part about this. Now, Dale Federico, the same thing. All of us separate, alone, on islands, individualized. And all of a sudden it's brought in. And Charlie Pauline creates Watchmen, and he has this beautiful Christmas party last night, which everybody enjoyed, and more and more and more people are getting together, and the growing pains are going away, like they're really going away, and it's becoming even stronger than it ever has before with the Watchmen, which is great. Charlie's learning to be better, and leaders within the group are learning to be better. We're learning how to value and pay attention and recognize, acknowledge, and affirmate different people and how to communicate with them. It's beautiful. That is one thing. We are judgment free. We accept. Good morning, Bridget. I got to get messages back after the lives. I promise I got to eat breakfast though. You guys know how this routine works. And making people feel important and valued and like they belong to something is the critical cornerstone of everything that we're building. And it starts just with us making sure that we're having that conversation, recognizing, being present, being aware, being mindful, being in the moment with that individual that we're reaching out to. And it's always kind of been my nature to go out and talk to those people that, they're not in the forefront. I want to go talk to the people who are nervous and maybe a little bit apprehensive and scared. They don't know what to do. It took everything that they had to come out to that event, to get that courage to come out to that event. I want to talk to those people. And the reason I want to talk to those people is because they have so much life and love to give. Morning, Dave, but they've been kept in their shell. One life experience after another, maybe one unsettling remark made by a family member, something on TV they saw, friend, a group that they were in, that alienated them from wanting to be all that they can be. And this family that I saw in Springville, beautiful family, very, very beautiful family. And, but you could tell in that moment they were uncertain, they were unsure. they didn't know what to expect. And I, could see, their daughter, was just kind of very, very introverted, very withdrawn and very removed. And I had a conversation with her. Good morning, Deb. And, just as a person. And I think that that's so important, guys. Have a conversation with people like they are your best friend. Have a conversation with them that shows them that you value them and that they are important and that you're not doing it for any other reason than just to be there to have that conversation. And it turned out that she had been struggling a little bit in school. Good morning, brother. Good morning, Mark. She'd been struggling a little bit in school. She had some anxiety and, she wasn't really reaching out to friends at all. And she loved her family completely, adored them. But as we all struggle with things at that age, it was impacting the family and it was impacting her. And just like most of us, we're not really equipped to deal with a situation like that. So I shared some of my personal experiences with their daughter. And, rather than this, and looking at the computer, and she's a phenomenal artist, and, she was buttoned up in a coat, and the hoodie was on, and she didn't want to know anybody or be a part of anybody. And as a result, the family was kind of withdrawn too. They went to where she was to offer protection and insulation around her. They didn't want to leave her abandoned and behind. And recognizing all this and seeing it all, I knew that she was the person to start with. That hopefully I could put just a little bit of a crack in that shell, those walls that were there. And before you knew it, she had, ear-to-ear smile on her face. And, the hoodie had come off. I think the jacket, the coat even came off. She was laughing. She was engaged, talking. And then their parents came up to me. And this is one of those things, guys. We think that our kids are stuck in these things. It's really about us. Just making sure we're having those conversations with them and being there for them in a real way. Not in that overbearing and overwhelming, what do you need, what do you need, what do you need, just talking to them, truly talking to them. And this girl, who in a moment came out of her shell and started embracing everybody. Good morning, Dale. Good morning, brother. In a moment, she came out, she tiptoed a little bit, and then she was out. And it goes back and forth with her, right? That's just the way it's going to be. But a lot of times as parents or as friends or as family, we think that we need to go through even, however old we are. We think we've got to go through months and months or years and years of treatment and psychology, psychiatry, all whatever it is, getting all that advice, from somebody who has a doctorate or whatever it is, and that's not the case. She transformed in a moment. Her heart was open. And it wasn't for any other reason than somebody showed her that she matters in a real way. That she's not alone. That the fears and the apprehensions that she has don't have to define her. That the things that happened in her life, that the things that kids have said, that, families have said, why did they say what they say? You're giving them and not letting it be a mystery and not letting it stick to you or apply to you. You just let it wash away, because those people that are going to say nasty and negative things to us, it's not that they're not worth it. You can't even take a look at it that way. You just look at them and say, you know what? They've got a bunch of experiences that has put them in the position that they are to do and treat people like that. Good morning, brother. Good morning, Joe. And good morning, Bridget Lava. So, but we allow those people to restrict and confine us and prohibit us from moving forward. And once that mystery of the reason why those people say things is revealed, or is shed, I should say, and the truth is revealed on why they behave that way and how they're just going to have opinions, and that's okay. And some people say those things. And once you tell somebody the simple things, you go, I'm proud of you. I believe in you. You're beautiful, inside and out. No matter who we are, you look at somebody with those eyes of reverence. And that girl and that family are now a part of everything that we are doing. You know, they come to rally after rally, they come to dinner after dinner, and, you know, it's the whole family that comes out. Big, huge smiles on their faces, you know, dancing and doing everything else. And that girl that just at the end of summer was in her shell, she, last night, you know, there were a couple of moments where she was sitting there, and some of the other kids too, you know, and I know because I was there as a kid, you know, withdrawn and uncertain and thinking everybody's looking at you or you're going to be embarrassed, and I always make sure I try to talk to those kids because it's so quick just to switch to let them know they can have fun. And it's that generation that we can teach and educate in that way, just like we can educate ourselves to make ourselves better. We're showing them how to be better. We're showing them how to be more united, you know, more like a community, more like a family. And she was playing and she was running around and just, you know, she came all dressed up in a beautiful dress last night, looking amazing. And, you know, I think the most special moment was at the end. All the kids, you know, and you know me, I'm just a big kid, and I'm playing tag with everybody, and, you know, dancing with everybody, and just, you know, throwing balls at everybody, or playing zombie, and picking kids up, and, you know, running around, and we're doing a circle, and we're all going in a circle, back and forth, and trying to be all inclusive, because that's what I'm talking about, is the inclusion, you know, making sure everybody is included. And the reason that's important is because if somebody, we can always revert back to who we are or who we've been, just like that, if you feel like you're not included. But eventually, people get stronger and stronger and stronger, and they realize it's nothing personal. That somebody just, and then they get up and they're like, I'm going to get in the game. And people get conditioned to that. Kids get conditioned to that little bit by little bit by little bit when you offer that encouragement to one another, when we lead by example. The kids in this group, the individuals who come to this group, what they love is that we aren't, our focus for our ire and, you know, where we need to be with our frustration is targeted. Rooster, good morning, brother. It's targeted at very specific people and then very specific objectives. People that are oppressing us. People that are depriving us of our peace, liberty, happiness, freedom, our children moving away, our health, their friends and family and their lives. That is where our ire is directed. Everything else, even the opposition, even people that swear at us, even people that give us the finger. Good morning, Maria. We love you. God bless America. God loves you. And you guys know me. I'm not a big religious person. I'm not. I do have faith, I believe, and I qualify that all the time. That's not what this is about. It's about humanity. It's about acceptance. It's about inclusiveness. It's about feeling like you belong to something. Feeling like you no longer have to sit at home. It's a part of community. It's a part of family. And this girl, she dressed up, looked beautiful in her dress. You know, went all out. I put a red shirt on too, and your dad was like, look at you guys, you both got dressed up. And you could just see her so happy. And see her coming out of her shell and doing everything. And then at the end of the night, she goes up to all the kids, and you see all those little warriors and freedom fighters and patriots that their mom and their dad have been doing such a wonderful, wonderful job for them. Instilling in them the morals, the values, the virtues, you know, the belief in themselves and the strength that they can take this on and build it. They can help us all build it. And instilling in them, each one of them, that this is the way you behave. And we see these kids, these young kids, we love you. God bless America. Where we go one, we go all. We are one. Whose town? Our town. And you see them being good to one another, as good as we are. You know, like there's really no angst and animus. Like, even if we have our differences, it's a smile. You know, and it is like a legitimate, uncontrived, true, real smile. And it's just exuberance in our hearts. And how many people say, they text us and they go, oh my God, that was amazing. I was so happy to be there. All the smiles, all the laughter, all the fun, it was exhilarating, the exuberance, the jubilance, the joy. And everybody, like, man, just people seeing the smiles and the music and the dancing and being able to be free. Unapologetically, fearlessly, and unafraid. And this girl, who 3 or 4 months ago was in her hoodie, her parents not knowing what to do, you know, what was going to happen with her, worried or concerned about, you know, what the anxiety, how the anxiety was going to manifest itself and where it was going to go. And she's still got a lot of work, make no mistake, as we all do. We've all got a ton of work. But she goes up, and the girls that she's getting to know now, and she's coming out of her shell, and these other girls, they're all going to be leaders too. Like, they're all badasses for all the children, you know, from, you know, 5 years, 4 years old to 13, 14, they are badass. You know, these parents have done incredible jobs. These groups, this community, this family is doing an even better job helping them than we've ever had to help these parents improve their children's lives. We show them by example. We love in the acceptance and the exuberance and being present and being aware and being mindful, being in the now, in the moment, being free to run like the gate was left wide open. That's usually me. I'm just picturing everybody's Pete's running. Pete's running. Hey, Pete, go, Pete. Gate was open. Singing like nobody's listening, and we don't even care if people are listening. That's the beautiful part, is that we are singing and dancing like nobody's looking, and singing like nobody's listening. And we don't care, because we know nobody's going to say anything off-putting or off-color or any of those little snippy remarks. We know that everybody's going to start joining right in. Josephine, great to see you, hon. And we know everybody's going to join in. And we know we're not going to stop. We don't care. It's fearless, reckless. We don't care because we know everybody's going to be like, yeah. And then there was the hey, let's go Buffalo. And she opened up her arms, and as she was leaving, where before it would have been this, and still sometimes it will be, but it's this and walking away, and not really saying goodbye to anybody. And the group of girls, all those freedom fighters and patriots, and they're all badass, all little, every one of them. And she gives them all a hug. And they came in on a group hug. And that's just so special. It's just so transcendent. And then she gave them the hug. And she gave, afterwards, the boys were there. And there were some new boys in the group, but they, she went over to give them a hug, and a couple, no, get in here. This is how we do. Here, we give hugs. And begrudgingly they came back a couple of them like, yeah. A couple begrudgingly, and then big hug there. And don't be afraid to do that, guys. That's the biggest thing. Run like that gate is wide open. Sing like nobody's listening. Be fearless. Be fearless in communicating to people what you think about them, what you feel about them, giving them a hug. When the situation's appropriate and they need it, hold their hand. Listen. Sit down. Be attentive. And it's easy for us to get away from that. But it's so important to stick with it. And I see people in these groups now that were reluctant and hesitant to hug people when they leave. And everybody would tell me, oh man, I tell your family, you go say goodbye to everybody. Yeah, that's the way I've always been. You say goodbye to everybody. My family taught me that on both sides, my mother and my father. That's what they taught. You say goodbye to everybody. You make sure you take the time to say goodbye to everybody. Value everybody. And the people that you would see that wouldn't do that before. And yeah, it was a Christmas party and it was amazing and beautiful. But every event we come to, is it not? It's like a Christmas party. It's like Christmas and New Year's and 4th of July and birthday and St. Patty's Day and all of them wrapped up into one. And Thanksgiving. Don't forget Thanksgiving, because I love me some turkey and stuffing and gravy. You guys know that. Mashed taters, cranberries, and everything. So, do some pumpkin pie. So, everything is like Christmas. But when you're seeing people leave and giving those hugs, and when new people sit there and they take a look at what's going on, they're like, wow, just wow. Looking at the families, looking at the people, looking how it's all one big family. You got to prepare for it. You do. You got to prepare for about an hour long of goodbyes. There's no doubt about it. But the thing is, that's what everybody wants. In talking and the conversations, and if you didn't get a chance to have a conversation with somebody throughout the event, you do at the end. That's just so great. It's so good to see the smiles on people's faces, and just remember that there are a lot of people out there with just overwhelming and overbearing sadness. And as much as we're trying to help as many people as we can only do it if we help one person at a time. Being right there with them. Because by being with one person at a time, good morning, Jen. By being with one person at a time, what that means is you're giving them the encouragement and belief in themselves that the family is real and it's true, it's genuine, it's uncontrived. And nobody's going to abandon them or leave them on the side. And even when they are struggling, people are going to come out and go, hey, what's going on? What's up? What do you need? Ho, ho, ho. Kobo's got to go. Hey, John, what's up? And thank you, John, for playing Santa Claus. And thank you, Jen, for doing Mrs. Claus. It was great. And we were doing ho, ho, ho. Kobo's got to go. So we got a new chant. We got a chant for today if my voice holds out. We'll see how, it came back pretty fast, but we'll see how long it holds out. And Nancy was like, she goes, your voice, it hurts me to time. I'm like, I know, it sucks. It goes so, but anyways, that is what it is. So just an awesome, awesome time. I'm so grateful. See you later, brother. All right, great seeing you, Garnett. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Merry Christmas. You don't need us, in our groups. If you're not a part of the group, you don't need us. You can start this. Come out to a rally. Come out to a protest. See what we're about. And then start your own route. Your own branch. Your own tree. Right? That acorn. Plant that acorn and let it come up and be an oak tree that everybody else centers around. And just pay attention to everybody. One individual at a time. Karen, what's going on? Make sure that they know that they matter. Their concerns matter. And then you have 2 of you. And then you have 4 of you. And then you have 8 of you. And just like us when this whole thing started, we're talking thousands of people that are together indelibly. You guys know I love it when I come up with those ones. Indelibly. Inseparable. That's where that unconditionality comes from. That's where it doesn't matter who you are in the group, what you contribute to the group, everybody takes a look at one another as valuable as the other. So thank you so much to everybody who came out last night. Just think about all the amazing moments that we've had. All the people that give everything they have to give. And it doesn't even seem like a big deal. You give what you can. And thank you for raising all that money for Dan Crane and his family. Dan Crane, by the grace of God and everything that's good, has a place to live. He and his family, Ashley and the kids. They were going to be staying with somebody that they can stay there indefinitely until they're able to find a home. Now, they've been searching for a home, but as many of you guys know, outside investors and foreign investors have descended upon our market. And also with family units becoming smaller and smaller and smaller, the housing pool, it gets dried up very, very quickly. And properties that go on the market, gone. So Dan and Amanda are being responsible with all the money that has been raised, and they're looking to get into a house themselves. But every house that they've been on, as you guys know, you've experienced that. So keep them in your prayers for being able to get a house here shortly. And then also please, keep all of us in our, keep them in their prayers for, being able to get them a house, but also keep them in their prayers that, that situation, the setting that they're in is going to end up working out for a while for them until they can get somewhere. There are some of us this Christmas that are going to feel like we have to be separated for one reason or another. And sometimes it's not a bad thing. Sometimes people just need that tranquility, that serenity to just kind of, unwind. But just send those texts out to those people. Make sure that they know you're thinking about them, that you care about them. It's so important. put the heater on and I stopped coughing because I had a little bit of warmth going. But guys, just be mindful of that. Pay attention to every person that you can. Be included in this, this next week especially. It's very, very, very important. Today at noon, we have Robbie De Niro is doing the small businesses. And I talked to yesterday a woman that, again, I try not to say names, spoke to her, and she's like, I'm going to go out and I'm going to get all these spas. I'm like, great, bring them out. It's going to be amazing. So Robbie has been gracious enough to use his Athletes Unleashed 3646 California Road today at noon. Bring all the small business owners that you know. Get them there. They have some words of encouragement to get you to open up. Status update on what's going on with his case. Good morning, Mary. Good luck today, Mary. Oh, I love it. I hope Mike is out there with you. I hope it goes really, really well. I'll get into that in a minute. So that's starting at noon, and then I think it's going for about an hour. And Marie Rock will be there, and I think Mike Zach and Michelle Zach will be there. I believe Jeremy Evans is going as well, and we'll be there to help distribute materials to everyone. Marie is going to bring the boxes from where the boxes are stored over to Robbie's place. And I think Marie said that she is going to do another class this week, which she didn't think she was, which is awesome. So Small Business Coalition going to do a class probably Tuesday again. And then that'll go to 1 at 2 o'clock, guys, the big one. With our new group, they put together an amazing event. They've done such a wonderful job, music and vendors and restaurant owners and invites and just expanding their list and recording everything, which is what I tell you guys. Incredible group. And a couple of members of that group came out, Andrew and Kathy. It was awesome seeing them. And that's going on from 2 to 4 at Niagara Square, tailgate in the square. We have multiple speakers that are going to be on there. Stefan Mihailu, Jim Ostrowski, Steve Filano, I believe. Robbie De Niro will be down there speaking. So a number of speakers. If I've left anybody out, I apologize. But I believe there may be 2 additional speakers. And it's all about Open Up Buffalo, and it's all about Open Up the Ralph. From 3 till 7, Mike and Michelle Zach at the corner, and that is at Niagara Square in the city, guys. In the city, they have parking ramps. There will be parking lots you can park your vehicle at, and your vehicle will be safe. Watchmen will be down there today. We have Proud Boys that will be there as well, and we have some other groups that will be there as well. So everybody's going to be safe, and we're going to be protected. It's going to be a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful event. 2 to 4, Open Up Buffalo, and then Open Up the Ralph. It's kind of, in tandem. Support any of those food trucks that come out, guys. Bring your money, spend some money with them, help them get through this Christmas. And then local restaurants as well. We're going to try to go to their establishments to order food and support them. Then 3 to 7 at Abbott and Southwestern by the stadium, O'Neill's and Prohibition. Michelle and Mike Zach, I will be there as well. As soon as I'm done with the square, be going out there to help support them with what they've got going on for gift certificate sales. They have restaurants that I believe they have 12 restaurants at this point. So guys, we need them. Come on out. This could help support them in the best way that they need right now. And Ralph last night was so emotional from the restaurant that he owns that he said this made his night. This made his week. This made his month doing that. Let's do that and give that feeling of that we are there, not leaving anybody behind. To every single one of those restaurants today, if you can. Abbott and Southwestern, O'Neill's and Prohibition. That's where that's going on. Out in Chautauqua County, Mike Bray and Mary Jakubowski, which was the whole intent of Serenade Our Seniors. And I thank Mary so much for, good morning, Diana, great to see you. the whole intent with Save Our Seniors and Serenade Our Seniors was to get as many facilities being sung to, and not just at Christmas time, but throughout the course of the year, so that these seniors, not even after COVID is done, that they know we're there for them and that the staff knows as well. Now, I believe that event, Mary, is starting at 1, I want to say. Good morning, Beth, but I'm not positive. I want to say it's 1 o'clock, or maybe it's 11. Just let me know, Mary. And that's out in Chautauqua County. Mike will be out there, I believe, anyways. But they have put that together. Thank you so much for doing that, Mary. Now, tomorrow, the list of what we've got going on is a little bit confusing, but what I do know is this, at this point for sure, at noon in Tonawanda, the Twin Towers, okay, 1 o'clock, I was right, so thank you, Mary. At noon tomorrow at Twin Towers, I believe it's right there on the corner, you know which ones I'm talking about, it's a senior village. God, is it Colvin? I think it's Colvin there, and I can't remember what the cross street is. But those Twin Towers, we're going to be singing there. That's going to be at noon, guys. That's tomorrow afternoon. That's Serenade Our Seniors. The VA fell through, so that's what we're going to be doing. So I hope to see you guys at all of these events. I'm going to post them on my page right after I get off of here, really quick, a bunch of them, so everybody can see them and they can be inclusive and get as many people out there as possible. But I got to eat right after that. I think that's everything. Christmas Eve, big one. 4:30 at Children's Hospital with the Buffalo firefighters and KIA. Kristen has been so amazing, as she always is, putting that event together. But 4:30 at Children's Hospital, there's going to be toys to give out. Buffalo police will be there, Buffalo firefighters, and let's just make that is going to be an incredibly special moment. I love you guys very much. If anything happens, well, you guys will all be on live from Tailgate the Square for sure. I'm going to definitely be there. 5 Main Street in Tonawanda. Oh, okay, that's what I was not right at all. I was completely wrong. So 5 Main Street in Tonawanda. Thanks, Dale. It's not on Colvin at all. So I guess I need to pay attention and listen to that a little bit more. I'll get more details from Brian and where we're going to be. But I am definitely going to be there. I'll be there early with Brian, helping set up. I know Rooster is coming with the sound system, so thank you to him. And let's just hope everybody else is able to make it as well for Save Our Seniors and Serenade Our Seniors. And Brian put that together, so thank you so much to him for putting that together and asking us and myself to come on out. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Love you. Enjoy your mornings. Enjoy those breakfasts. Love you guys. Take care.